bring up a 2nd and 14.
Back at the 31-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember,
Tyler Eifert, the 40, 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 83 yards, and the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Point conversion.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
On the carry.
Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
The 2-point attempt is no good.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games, and I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here, and that didn't occur on that play, did it?
No, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 60 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And he gets it down to the 32.
The quarterback on the scramble.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And incomplete on the deep ball.
for Odell Beckham.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game. And
down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 12, operating from the 39. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Olivier Vernon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It spins away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 20! And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 55 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
For the 2-point conversion.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Burrow's pass.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
From midfield now, Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Cincinnati.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 6.
Burrow's pass.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
It is good.
And he knocks it through. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense.
And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Here we go, let's get him.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Again, it's Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W.
43.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.